It's so crazy that the NBA season is already winding down to the playoffs that starts next month. Throughout this season, we've been talking about some truly great players that are doing historic things. Some of them are just straight up legends now. We've been talking about guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But there's one guy, one superstar in the NBA that hasn't gotten nearly the recognition or coverage with national media or national sports networks that he should be getting. A guy who's already won 2 league MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, an NBA championship, and a Finals MVP. And, oh, by the way, he just crossed 20,000 points last night. I'm, of course, talking about the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. To put it simply, Giannis is having a phenomenal season again, but nobody is talking about him. Seriously, go to your favorite sports channel and you're not going to find them talking about Giannis at all. Not on ESPN, not on Fox, nowhere. In a really weird way, it feels like Giannis is kind of being disrespected now, and maybe even in some way underrated. Look, before we get into everything, what's good, guys? It's M7. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you're gonna have a great weekend. I know it. Now, look, I definitely bear some fault to this too. I haven't talked about Giannis this season nearly as much as I should be, because what this guy is doing is legendary. We've been so wrapped up with the MVP conversation being between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic that we've just kind of ignored what Giannis is doing. This season, Giannis is averaging almost 31 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6 assists on 60% shooting from the field. There is only one person in NBA history that has averaged 30 or more points per game on 60% shooting, and that player is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He did it last season. The dude is just fantastic. He's literally one of the best players in the entire league. Now, look, if we're just talking about the MVP conversation alone, he's not in it. It still is between Shai and Nikola Jokic. And before anyone else says it, no, LeBron is not in the MVP conversation. Stop it. So yeah, he's playing unbelievably well as usual, and the Bucks are still fine in the East, or the 4th seed right now. So what is it? Why aren't these big sports networks talking about Giannis? Especially considering the fact that he just crossed 20,000 career points last night. That is huge, because only LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Will Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan did it at a younger age. Part of what I'm thinking is that it's just fatigue. Giannis has been constantly a top 3 player in the NBA for the last, 5, 6, 7 years now? He's been the creme de la creme when it comes to the elite players in the game today, on both ends of the floor, by the way. Now, I understand that the Milwaukee Bucks aren't like the best team in the NBA or anything like that. I mean, I guess that kind of hurts him a little bit, but it's not like they're trash either. And like I mentioned earlier, we can understand that guys like Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are having better, possibly single seasons for themselves, and their teams are doing better as well. But I'm not even just talking about this season. I'm talking about last season. I'm talking about the season before last season. Back when Joel Embiid was actually healthy and playing games, the conversation was just between Jokic and Embiid. That's who everybody was talking about. Now it's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jokic. But that third player throughout the last 4 to 5 years, at least in my opinion, has always been Giannis, and he's just not getting talked about enough for what he's doing. Again, not like I'm saying that there hasn't been some truly amazing and historic stuff going on with all those other players that I've talked about already, but Giannis is there too. He deserves some national recognition. I don't know, maybe if the Bucks start going on a tear, winning a lot of these games to finish up the regular season, and maybe if they make a bigger push in the playoffs, maybe then Giannis will start getting talked about a little bit more. I think, again, it comes down to Giannis being so dominant for so long now, especially when he was winning his 2 MVPs back to back. If he wasn't the best player in the world, he was at least top 2 or top 3, and he was just dominant, doing it on both ends of the floor in a very effective and efficient way. Now, sure, there were conversations about what Giannis could do to evolve and improve his game even more, like, building a little bit more of a jump shot, which, to give the guy some credit, at least this season, he's had a much better mid-range game than he has throughout his career, hitting some more of those turnaround shots or fadeaways, but still, his jump shot is nothing to write home about. I would still love to see that improve to maybe average or even above average in terms of a shooting level. And I suppose he's not the flashiest player in the world, though he does have some incredible in-game dunks. At the end of the day, Giannis is still one of the best players in the world. That's not really a debate. And I hope he starts getting talked about more and starts getting some more recognition for what he's doing in the national media. That's all I have to say about it. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Giannis, what he's doing this season. And until next time, peace.